All right, so we're now live. Yo, YouTube, you know who this is. Your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment. Welcome back to another live stream on my channel. We are almost at 400 subscribers, so thank you all to who subscribed, who hit the notification bell, who put likes on my videos, comment on, leave positive comments in the comment section of all my videos. So thank you all to who supported my channel over these last 3 years and continue to support the channel for many more years to come. And today we're talking about the importance of music management and why we all as DJs need to manage our music and ways we can actually manage our music, from expanding our music collection through our CD collection that we've been collecting over the years, especially us older DJs who have been collecting CDs as our way of listening to music and this, that, and the other. For the younger DJs, you may not know what I'm saying when it comes to CDs and stuff like that. So, yeah, we older DJs who grew up in the 2000s and who were born in the 90s, who grew up in the 2000s, that's where CDs come in. You can take your old CDs that you've been collecting for many, many years and archive them onto your, if I can find it here, hard drive, a local hard drive, 1 terabyte, or maybe even depending on how many CDs you have, how many songs you download. So yeah, the Lacy hard drive. This is my 1 terabyte. All of my CDs fit on here. All of my songs from the record pools can fit on here. My iTunes purchases can fit on my laptop, and just separate them. And of course, songs I record from analog, which you should not do based on the sound quality of the cassette tape or the record, especially older DJs who grew up in that time period or inherited some records or cassettes over the years and want to transfer them over to your computer. Don't do it. Just leave them on the cassette or the vinyl, because there's nothing like the natural sound of vinyl or cassette. Do not transfer them, because the sound will be completely horrible, not enough dynamic range. You hear the crackles and pops, the surface noise from the record, and a lot of distortion can go into it. Just doesn't sound right. As Digital DJ Tips was talking about why we as DJs should not rip vinyls to our hard drive to play in our DJ sets using a DJ controller and using any other piece of software that's Serato, Rekordbox, Tractor, Virtual DJ, Algorithm DJ. It'll sound awful no matter what because of the recording. If you put it into an AIFF or a WAV file, if you have a PC, it's WAV, and if you have a Mac, it's AIFF. Those are the highest qualities. That's the highest quality file you can get, but it just doesn't sound natural. So I highly recommend going to your iTunes store, your Google Play store, your Amazon store, wherever you get your music from, your music purchases, and get them individually. It may cost a whole lot, but it's well worth it in the end to get analog formats and get albums that you have on analog from the this here's my iTunes store where I get all of my records from, and I did that today. And see, it didn't even take all spring, it didn't take forever, like if I was recording it in real time. That's another thing. Records are recorded in real time using Audacity or GarageBand or any other program like that that you use to record a DJ mix. And this, it's the same program that you can use to record things like records or cassettes and transfer them over to MP3 or AIFF or WAV or whatever, whatever you want to convert it to. But the sound quality of records and tapes just doesn't sound right on digital. So I always like to get the remastered and the proper, recorded version on iTunes, which here's my iPhone. It's an iPhone 10. This is what I used to record all of my gig logs from. So if you've seen any of my gig logs, you know that this is where I record them. My iPhone 10, which is coming up on 3 years, I'm getting ready to upgrade to a newer iPhone at the end of this year. Maybe get true high def 4K, like regular 4K. So I might just get true 4K video out of my iPhone, my new iPhone. So yeah, my iTunes collection, the newest purchases I have are albums I have on vinyl, whether it's a 45 or 33 or a 78, which, you can't find anything on 78s on here. So most of these are 33s and 45s that I currently own, but bought digitally because of the sound quality. It's in AAC, which is a very high quality audio file. So that's one of the things to keep your library managed, is to not record any analog formats like cassette or vinyl. Another thing is taking your CD collection and like taking your entire CD collection and putting it onto one hard drive, whether it's internal or external, which for me it's external, because my laptop here, the MacBook Air, this is my DJ laptop, and it's a 121 gigabyte SSD with a 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5. Yeah, it's a 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i5, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 121 gigabyte SSD. So I have to use one of these, the Lacy 1 terabyte external hard drive, and it plugs in through regular USB or USB-C right here. And so let's take you back to the summer of 2019. My library was very teeny tiny because I just signed up that year for BPM Supreme, and I've been downloading my music for offline, and I found out that I didn't have much music to choose from. So that summer I took all of my CDs, like hundreds and hundreds of CDs I've been collecting over the last 20 to 30 years. Yeah, the last 20 years, since I was about 6 years old, which was like 21 years ago. And I've, ripped them to my older laptop, the mid 2012 13-inch MacBook Pro, and I copied the files onto my Lacy hard drive, 1 terabyte, and they're all in my iTunes library. And I have a copy of that before they switch over to Apple Music. And I've been doing that ever since. With every new CD I purchase, I put it into my laptop and I copy and paste right into here. And then I can play it in my DJ sets no matter what. And I can get creative because it's my own music, and it's my own music that I own, like on a CD. And I can get creative, even though it is the album version. I can get creative using some effects, using some cues, some loops, some, samples, anything I want to use. I can get creative and make a smooth transition from one song to the next using the songs I have on CD, which is what Nick Spinelli was talking about either today or yesterday, or in that video. He was talking about, that we all need to take our CDs and take albums that, rediscover music that we used to love as a kid or in our past, and put it into our library and get creative. And that's basically what he was talking about today. And of course, Digital DJ Tips was talking about the importance of not recording your analog formats to digital, because analog and digital, they don't mix unless it's on a CD, where we can just listen to it personally. Don't have to worry about going out and playing with it publicly. I download music 2 terabytes SSD. I bet. See, this is my Lacy 1 terabyte. It's a 1 terabyte external hard drive. I'm getting ready to upgrade in the next year or two to a 2 terabyte, or maybe the highest capacity ever, because I download tons of music. I download music every day. And speaking of downloading music, I definitely need to download music after this live stream and just get all of my music together on this one hard drive here. This is a Lacy 1 terabyte external drive I purchased in Denver, Colorado, in January of 2020. So it's been a little over a year since I purchased this drive, and it's still with me even today. As you can see, it's very rugged, it's very sturdy, and all of my music can fit on there, like over 30,000 tracks on this one hard drive. 30,000 tracks. That is tons of music that I have from, CD and my record pulls, from download stores, from all over. And all of my music's actually on here. And music management is very easy. And it's very important for us DJs. If you have any duplicates on your hard drive, get rid of them. Just have one copy for each file. You can have multiple versions, but not multiple copies of each version. That is where removing all the duplicates will come in, and it will save a lot of hard drive space on your in your music library and make it much easier to find what you are looking for, which I think is really neat. So this is where refreshing your DJ library will come into play. We have to wipe your entire DJ software and start from scratch. Like remove your entire library from your software of choice and start from scratch after you remove the duplicates. That way it'll be much easier to find. You can easily, categorize your playlists or your Serato crates if you're using Serato, which I know half of us are using Serato. So you can find music that you want in your Serato crates or your, playlists or your virtual folders, whatever it's called. And you can find what you are looking for with just a search, and you won't have multiple copies taking up your entire library in that search. Just one or two copies based on the version, the remix, the version, like the extended version, the short edit, the radio edit. And it's so important to have your library managed, especially for us working DJs who go out and do weddings and do, other types of events. It's very easy to find music with ease, instead of have multiple copies of each song. And if you have, analog formats like cassette and vinyl, don't record them, because you'll notice the audio difference between the record pulls and the online stores to the recordings. No matter how much you try to master the digital file and get it to sound good, you can't, because that's what Phil Morse was talking about from Digital DJ Tips. He was talking about how it just won't sound as good compared to the master record or cassette that has been around for many, many years. Like if a record is dirty, you can definitely hear that crackling noise in the recording. It just doesn't sound clean at all. So what you got to do is just get it from your download store, find it on Amazon, find it on Google, find it on iTunes, wherever you buy your music from. Just find it on there, purchase it, and you're good to go. Depending on how many records you have and what you want to archive, for me it costs around $30 to $40. And they give us different receipts. Yeah, they give us different receipts on our like this one is $20.04, because each song is like $1.29, 99 cents, 69 cents each. And okay, so 30, so I spent like $40 to $50 today on songs from my vinyl records, going through my entire collection and keeping the obscure songs that I couldn't find anywhere else but the vinyl record. But it's always good to record the obscure songs that you can't find on the download store. And it's just so easy to find songs from your analog formats, such as cassette and vinyl, and just find it on the iTunes store or the Amazon Music Store or the Google Play Store for music. It's, very simple. It doesn't take a whole lot. It just took 2 days or so, 2 or 3 days to find all the music that I want off of iTunes and put them into my software. In this case, it's Rekordbox and Serato DJ Pro. Because, it has integration with the iTunes app, or Apple Music app, depending on what computer you're using. If you're on a PC, it's called iTunes. If you're on a Mac, which most of us are, it's called Apple Music. And it has the same integration with your iTunes purchases. So it goes to show the iTunes Music Store is more popular than ever before, especially with us DJs who buy music and play them offline. So I can just go on my phone here. This is an iPhone 10. As you can see here, it's an iPhone 10. And I can, go to the iTunes Store app, which is right here. And I can, just type in what I want to, buy. Like each song is like $1.29, 99 cents, 69 cents each. So they have songs for 69 cents, 99 cents, 7.99 for albums. And I guess just depends on the price of the song, the album. But for us, when it comes to 45s, it's definitely going to be $2, like a little over $2 to $3 for the one single for side A and side B. And once you buy it from a download store, it's going to sound phenomenal with AAC or whatever file it happens to be. And, you can still use the record pulls to find music, and you can use your CDs, whatever you have, and put it into your hard drive and have all of your music consolidated onto one device, which I think is super awesome. And it's life-changing. And it really makes our DJ life simple to have everything consolidated from CDs, from the record pulls to the download stores, from all your different outlets of finding digital music put onto this one hard drive. But when it comes to analog formats, just go ahead and repurchase them on your download store of choice, whether it's Google, Amazon, or iTunes. And it's just you're gonna have the best experience as a DJ when it comes to sound quality. And it's always good to have a thumb drive as well, which is, I guess, for those DJs who have a self-contained DJ system, just have a thumb drive, which that's a video for another day. But yeah, this is my Lacy 1 terabyte external drive. As you can see here, it's USB-C, and of course it comes with a standard USB 3 cable to plug in and get everything ready. And you actually get creative with music from CDs and just rediscover the music of your childhood, from your teenage years, or whenever you bought that CD. You can rediscover that music and share that music with the world. Share it with your clients and show them what music you listen to in your younger years. So what do you guys think? And of course, with music from record pulls, if you accidentally delete a duplicate, get rid of it and just keep the single copy of that file, and it won't build up and it won't clog up your hard drive with junk files. And it really makes our DJ life so simple. So simple. And yeah, that's basically that. So it's very important to back up your music and also have, just have a much more managed library. It'll make our DJ life so much simple, especially when we go back to work, which I hope you guys are so ready. I hope you guys are ready for some more gig logs coming your way. And in those gig logs, you'll see how simple it is to go from one song to the next through the library. Maybe we'll show that in one of my wedding gigs and show how awesome it is to have a managed library. That'd be like a part 2. And I'm actually still working on my How I Prepare for a Wedding series. We're just waiting on a list from the client. We're going to do a part 2, and that is the music, how I build the music playlists for the weddings. Like we talk about how I prepare for the wedding, let me go to my YouTube. Yeah, let me go to my YouTube channel videos and scroll all the way down to how I prepare for a wedding. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. How I prepare for a wedding, part 1, the overview. And part 2 is going to be the library, the playlists. It's what we call How I Prepare for a Wedding, part 2, the playlist, the wedding playlist. And when I'm going to be playing at the wedding, when I'm, not going to be playing at the wedding, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to show you how I build it in my DJ software of choice. In this case, it's Rekordbox for the ceremony and Serato for the reception, the cocktail hour, and the dinner. We'll have different playlists. Like we'll have our ceremony music in Rekordbox, and we'll have our ceremony music in Rekordbox, and of course our reception, dinner, and cocktail music all in Spotify or in Serato DJ Pro. But yeah, prepare to see part 2 of how I prepare for a wedding, and that is how I building the playlists, which we're waiting on the client to send me the playlist that they have built. So there's going to be a lot of videos coming your way, and I know most of you have been wondering where my lighting video is, my new setup tour video. It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. We just have to get an Allen key to undo the screws that are on the LS1s, the RV LS1 stands. So you can loosen them and put in the side bars on the stands. So you can put the par cans on there, DMX them, and show you guys the new setup. And it's really going to cut down the space. It's going to make it more compact, which is what I like. I like having a more compact setup. It'll be a lot easier to set up and easy to tear down in minutes. Which is why I decided to retire the MG10 or reuse the Yamaha MG10 for another system. Like with the DDJ 400, I can use the MG10 if I want to connect it to PA speakers and use it for practicing or whatever, or use it for teaching my cousin how to DJ, because he'll be coming to spend the night pretty soon. I'll teach him how to DJ, and that's where the MG10 will definitely come into play. So, yeah, prepare to see some more videos to come in the future, which I don't know what my next video is going to be or when it's going to be. I'm going to message. Sorry about that. I just got a message on Facebook from a friend of mine. But yeah, it's always good to have local music, especially where I live. Most of the wedding venues here in this area don't have Wi-Fi, so It's always good to have your own personal library just in case. Even with streaming, you got to have a more managed playlist system, like on Spotify or Tidal or Beat Source Link or Beatport Link or SoundCloud or any other streaming service that is compatible with your DJ software. You got to have a good managed system in your streaming service. For me, it's Spotify, and of course, I got Sirius XM. That's another app good for DJs to discover new music. Is Sirius XM, which we'll talk about on my personal channel, which I actually did talk about on my personal channel, Sirius XM. See, I got playlists all in Spotify for every time of year. You can actually use this as a guide. Just, find the song in your library, put into that playlist, and have almost the exact same music system as your Spotify or Tidal or Apple Music or whatever you are deciding to use. Like if I want to build, let's say, a St. Patrick's playlist for next St. Patrick's Day, I can look these albums up on my Serato, on my record box, and just build them into those type of playlists and have an identical copy from the local files that I have throughout my entire different sources, like my record pool or my download store, or from my CD collection that I've been collecting over the last 20 to 21 years. And since Easter's coming up, I can look up these songs and build an Easter playlist. Just go through the playlist, look up the songs in your library, and put them into that into that playlist, and you're good to go. That's another way of managing your library, is have a good system in your streaming service. Use it as a guide to build the same identical playlist. I actually did that with my kids party playlist in Serato. I go into Spotify and I go to the kids playlist and I look at the songs that are popular for my next kid-friendly gigs. And since summer's coming up, there's Hawaiian. You can build a playlist for Hawaiian, luau, and so much more, and just have a good system to go by when you're DJing. And these playlists make things easier to find, especially for a wedding, which I will show you in part 2 of how I prepare for a wedding and how I manage that, playlist and have everything together in one set of, like how a main crate, of course, different sub crates for all parts of the wedding, the ceremony, the cocktail, the dinner, the reception, the entire, whole 9 yards. And, some of the songs actually go on YouTube because some of them I don't really like to pay for and spend tons and tons of money on music, especially if it's a big chunk. But sometimes I would actually do that, but we'll see. You can actually go to these different outlets and download the songs and have a good music, good music library. See, these local files compared to streaming, it really sets us apart from other DJs. Based on the music that I have on CD, from vinyl, from cassette tape, to the record pulls, to anything like that, and just have a system to go by when we're DJing out and about. Especially when we go back to work and do these weddings, because wedding season is here. It's definitely wedding season. And having good music really makes us really good DJs. So if you play really good music and read the crowd and interact with the crowd, you'll definitely become a good DJ. Especially when you're just playing the songs like this. This is what having a well-managed library is. It's like this. It's like clockwork. Because you can find the song instantly. So, yes, that's the importance of your library, of keeping it well managed. And it all starts with a good file system through the main folders, subfolders, and categorize your different files like BPM Supreme, Digital DJ Pool, and name it after your record pool, and have different subcrates based on genre, based on year, or anything you want, and just put it in that one folder. See, I keep all of my BPM Supreme music together. I keep all of my CDs together. I keep everything together in different types of folders, and then just simply drag and drop from your hard drive, which is very easy to do with Serato and Rekordbox and Tractor and somewhat DJ Pro, because DJ Pro, you have to add a playlist and then put the songs in there, and just is a big pain. But I guess with the proper software, the proper DJ software, you can just simply drag and drop from your hard drive, which is very easy. It saves time, especially when you have a good file system in your hard drive, which I think is really neat. I have thousands and thousands of tracks on this one hard drive, which is insane to think about. This music, this is like 20 plus years of music from multiple formats, records, cassette tapes, CDs, my record pools, my download stores. It's all together in one device. And if I want to, I can actually plug this into another computer and go to my own DJ software that I'm using, and it's good to go. So that's the importance of that's the importance of having a well-managed library. But I guess we can just continue talking and keep the chat going. I guess I'm ready for any questions or any comments in the live chat. Let's keep the chat going. And I'm sorry about the redos, is that I had to go down and eat dinner, and the other one didn't go well. Yeah, I'm so ready for my next wedding, May 23rd. Yep, May 23rd is actually my next wedding, so I gotta make sure the playlist is good. I gotta make sure it's well, which means there's practice, practice, practice. So it's gonna be like a 3 to 4 step process of how I prepare for a wedding, from the overview to the building of the music to practicing practice my MC skills, become more confident on the mic, especially with introductions, which I actually was pretty confident back in October when I did those introductions. And I've been looking at the paper, and everything went well. But we will share my experiences of preparing for this wedding, of how I prepare for a wedding. And pretty soon I might have to get in touch with the grandma of the birthday girl and see when the new date is for that birthday party, because I've been thinking about this birthday party since October of last year, so it's been a good while. So yeah, I've been actually thinking about this for a while. So I guess I'm ready for you guys to ask me anything that you want. But yeah, my new setup tour will be coming very soon. All I have to do is get an Allen key or get like a special type of screwdriver to get all the screws out and put the sidebars in, put the lights on there. It'll be good to go. So that's all I'm waiting for, is an Allen key, which is one of those smaller type of screwdrivers you do this to it and it'll loosen up and it'll also tighten it, especially for the speakers. Bring that pole up so I can put the speakers on and it'll look so clean. And it's going to look super compact and very easy to manage. But I can't wait for this tour because I'm really looking forward to seeing what my new setup looks like for the weddings. So I will definitely be using I'm actually going to take a picture of this live stream, send it to DJ Reflex if he's, available. Oh, well, I guess we'll just wait for whoever wants to come and join. So if you want to come and join this live stream, to watch it, I'm good with that. For the rest of this week, we're actually going to be doing some live streams since I really don't have anything planned until I get home, maybe Fridays. So I probably won't have an actual video planned until Monday, which I don't know what that is going to be. On the DJ 400 hold shift. What? Okay, that's my mom. Hello?
Hey, baby.
Hey.
What you doing?
Not much, just chilling.
Just chilling.
Mm.
Okay, well, we're almost in Knoxville, and I
Okay.
thought it was getting late, and I wanted to tell you we were getting ready to stop for the night.
Okay.
I want to tell you good night.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
And I will talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
What you doing tomorrow?
I don't know. Maybe just hang here at the house.
Hanging around. It's your vacation.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I'll call you sometime tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
No, sometime in the morning. Well, I won't say until you're up.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Love you.
Bye, baby.
Bye. So about that, guys, my mom just called. I don't know what DJ Wobble's trying to say on the DDJ 400 hold shift jog wheels. That doesn't make any sense. That definitely does not make any sense. If he can reword it better, then I'll understand what he's trying to say. On the DDJ 400 hold shift jog wheels, that doesn't make any sense. Man, that doesn't make any sense. But I do have the DJ 400 and the DJ SR2, which is pretty cool. We have the SR2 for larger gigs because it's in a flight case. And of course, we have the DJ 400 for smaller gigs, for smaller setups and smaller house parties and stuff, depending on if it's inside or outside. If it's outside, I bring some PA speakers and my controller and the mixer and plug it all in. And of course, from the bigger gigs, we have the DJ SR2 with the JBL EM612s, the RV LS1 stands with this lighting, and it's going to look really good. The DMX controller, and it's going to look very professional. It's going to look really nice. I'm excited to get this lighting thing together so we can do a tour. But we just haven't found an Allen key. I looked in all the drawers at my house over in Conway. I tried to look in all the drawers, but I couldn't find an Allen key. So that's why I've been putting that off for a good while. So yeah, that's why I've been putting it off, because I couldn't find the Allen key inside the drawer. So we're probably going to do that until we actually find an Allen key. I have to let my dad know, and then he can help me put it together, because I don't know how to put anything together, especially with those sidebars that have 2 or 3 different holes, so I can fit 4 different par cans on one lighting tree. And the larger, like when you saw the unboxing of the RV LS1s, the bigger, I actually found out what those individual larger bars are really, those are the T bars to put like 8 different par cans on one stand. And you can put all different types of lighting on there and DMX them together. Daisy chain them. Needle search on the jog wheels. Well, with record box, I don't really do needle search. The needle search is better with the DDJ SR2. It's got a real needle search pad. Which I don't really use needle search all that much. I just go from one song to the next. So I don't really do needle search a whole lot. So it's not really my thing to use needle search. And I just like doing the old fashioned way with the jog wheels, like moving back and forth like on a vinyl record. That's basically the way I like to search through a song, which I rarely do. I just play, I just press play and pause. Yeah, I just press play on one song, and one song, when the other one song ends, I go to the other. So yeah, needle search isn't really my thing anymore. I just use that to play around with it, to play around with the controller. I barely use needle search. And that's something I barely need. Since I'm a wedding DJ, I'm a party DJ, I'm an event DJ. I do other different types of events other than weddings and parties. See, I do church events and stuff like that. I gotta play one song to the other. So needle search is kind of unnecessary for me. It's not really for me. Okay. I didn't know you were talking about the needle search. I wasn't really talking about the needle search. But yeah, on the DJ 400, I guess we could try that, for a little bit of fun at the house. And I'll actually try that on Wednesday when my dad brings the controller to me, because I actually do need it for the office so I can practice my DJ sets and all that kind of good stuff. And it's 11:14 right now. So yeah, it's currently 11:14 on Monday, March 29th. So tomorrow is actually March 30th. And at the office, I actually have my April calendar ready. So I'm ready to book those April gigs. Hopefully there's a gig in April, like a side gig in April. But we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. Because I'm ready to get back to work, get back to those weddings. Because I kind of miss doing those weddings. Weddings are super fun. You get to have different food, and just really work with different couples. And this couple that I'll be working with, they're I actually went to school with the groom's nephew. I love work. I love work is best. Yeah, I know. I know. But maybe one day, maybe one day I could see gig logs on your channel, DJ Wobble. I don't really watch your live mixes because they go on forever. So if you put up some gig logs, then I'll be very interested to check out your channel. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back to work after a very challenging year this past year. It's just been crazy. So who's ready to get back to work? I know I am. Even though I've done some gigs, I've done a church gig. Let me see what I've done so far this year. I've done a New Year's Eve party. I did my family's get together. I did a church gig. What else did I do? And I'm actually one more subscriber. Yeah, I'm one more subscriber away from 400 subscribers. Yeah. I am super excited. So for a 300 subscriber celebration, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do is for a 400 subscriber celebration. I know I'm not going to do a giveaway like DJ Tyler wants me to do, but I mean, it's a good idea, but it's not really my thing when it comes to celebrating 400 subscribers. And, my channel has matured over the last 3 years, starting out with no subscribers at all and being up to 400 after I've, put up some more mature content. Did some better, improve my camera work with the iPhone and with my camcorders. George Martinez, what's up? Not much, just chilling here at my grandma's house. Talk about library management and the importance of it, which is basically finding a song in seconds, and it really keeps your external drives and your internal drives clean and fresh, and it makes room for new tracks, and it really improves the sound quality depending on the type of file that you have, and it's pretty awesome. So those are just some of the main ways of getting a better managed library. So not much, just chilling. Man, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? But yeah, I'm actually getting back to, I'm really excited to get back to work after a very challenging year. And I pretty much have everything I need for my setup. So my setup is 100% complete. I have a backup setup with the DDJ 400 and the Yamaha MG10 with the JBL EON 612s. That's a good backup setup just in case something does go wrong. So as far as buying DJ equipment, nothing much is, we're pretty much complete. Oh, we were actually talking about 400 subscribers because we're at 399 subscribers. Yes. So thank you all who subscribed, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, put positive comments in the comment section, and, really help support the channel. I guess for 400, I guess we can talk about the history. Maybe we'll do a live stream and talk about the history of the channel and how I got to 400 subscribers. And maybe that'll help other DJs with, their YouTube channels and how to grow their channel. And it all comes down to one thing: YouTube thumbnails, as well as holding your phone. If you're recording with a phone, record like this, get a tripod if you have a camera, and just create more mature content that everybody will enjoy. And that's also what it comes down to, is quality content and quality information on these videos. And maybe start doing some live streams. Maybe that helps the channel a lot, because look at my friend DJ Bright Eyes. He did some live streams, and look at him now. He's over 1,000 subscribers. He's done a lot of live streams during, the quarantine. And that's another thing that helps, is live streams, which I'm actually going to start doing more often. And because the more live streams I do, the more subscribers, the more people come to my channel, the more subscribers I have, and the better I can grow as a DJ and as a YouTuber. So be on the lookout for that in the future. Once I hit 400 subscribers, maybe that'll be tomorrow, a 400 subscriber celebration.
I don't think so.
So yeah, guys, I'm really looking forward to future videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed my last video from 5 days ago, where I talked about my wedding ceremony rig with the DJ 400, record box, a Monster Audio Record Mill 3 tailgater speaker, and so much more. I mean, it was just an awesome ceremony setup tour that we did. It got 77 to 78 views. But I guess I'll look back at my videos here, and I'll see which ones are the most popular, and that way I can revisit those type of videos and maybe try to create like a continuation of those type of videos. Let me see here. Videos. We're going to sort by most popular. Product reviews. That's another thing. Product reviews. We'll actually do a product review sometime this week of the DJ 400. What's like been, using it for a good while. The Sing Machine SMM 107 got almost over over 5,000 views. That's crazy. First look at Virtual DJ 2020, 5.6K views. My 1-year anniversary video for the DJ SR2, 1.8K. Wow. My first look at Serato DJ Pro version 2.4 got 1.1K. Algorithm DJ Pro 2 updates, SoundCloud and title integration, 1.1K. How to get started using BPM Supreme, 1.2K. Wow. I guess from now on, I can't believe we're over 6,000 views on the Untitled Chapter Max review. That was kind of cool. Over like my first speaker product review, the Untitled Chapter Max, got thousands and thousands of views. And those could have been subscribers who come to the channel and check out my content. I mean, what are you guys waiting for? Subscribe, hit the notification bell, put a like on my videos, leave a positive comment in the comment section on my videos. That'll really help the channel and help keep me stay on the channel for as long as possible. Maybe stay on the platforms for as much as possible. All I need is the support that I need as a DJ. See, I've been putting out these, these live streams just to keep the channel alive. And I know you guys have been wondering where I was for the last few days. I've just been busy. Haven't come up with great, content, some new content ideas. But I definitely need to come up with some fresh new content to help keep the channel alive. Like new DJ related content. Anything DJ related that I haven't thought of before will definitely be some great videos to check out and be a whole new type of video, and maybe come up with my own ideas to help keep the channel alive. But I will continue to do the same content, but add some more, like a whole variety of content. Since we are reaching almost 400 subscribers, it's time that I start coming up with my own ideas of content to really help the channel out. I mean, I've been doing pretty much everything under the sun when it comes to the types of videos that I do here on this channel. I do live streams, I do unboxings, I do product reviews, I do a lot of DJ discussions, I do a lot of how-tos, I do a lot of tips and tricks, I do all kinds of good videos, but I've done everything I can think of. But since really nothing is going on in the world of DJing, there's really nothing much going on in my DJ business, and as me as a DJ, nothing's really going on. Since this is pretty much my slow time, it's my prepare season of getting ready for the wedding gig logs, which are becoming my most popular videos, the wedding gig logs. Because if you take a look at my last wedding gig log, it just blew up in like the first hour of being uploaded. I mean, it's one of my most popular gig logs. Well, becoming one of my most popular gig logs, because everybody loves those wedding gig logs. They generate a lot of views and a lot of comments and a lot of likes and some interactive, like activity on those videos. It's pretty cool. But I will continue to do those wedding gig logs through May, June, July, throughout the summer. And of course, we got a 4th of July gig coming up very soon. So be on the lookout for that this 4th of July at Crazy Sam's Fireworks. So we're going to do another 4th of July gig log. But it's going to be different. I'm going to show you the customers, shopping, have a good time, and really showing everything and how busy we get during the 4th of July. And the money I get from the 4th of July goes towards my DJ business. And this summer, I'm working on getting a new microphone. I'm gonna get a Shure microphone with a XLR to 3.5 or 1/4 inch cable. So it's gonna be XLR to 1/4 inch for the DJ 400. to create a more compact setup in the future. This is for some of my smaller gigs like birthday parties, graduation parties, house parties, family get-togethers, that sort of thing, where I don't need a big old setup like the DJ SR2, the lighting system. I don't need all that stuff. That's where the DDJ 400 will come in, along with the MG10, of course, my old PA speakers, the Untitled PA Maxes, which are good for garage parties. Just roll them in, roll them out, put them on the floor, and just have a good garage party. That's a good garage party setup. The MG10, the DJ 400, my laptop running record box, and the Untitled PA Maxes, which is a good garage setup for all of my garage parties for family, family get-togethers and all that kind of good stuff. It'll be very easy to set up and tear down with ease. But that was kind of cool for 4th of July, for New Year's Eve and the family get-together, being inside the garage, the 3-car garage, which gives us plenty of room for a dance floor, using one of the, using my U-King battery-powered par can, which has a lot of LEDs to light the entire garage. And now I have a new garage setup, the DJ 400, the MG10, and of course the Untitled PA Maxes, so we don't have to wear out the JBLs too quickly, because those are very expensive speakers. Yeah, they're really expensive speakers, the JBL Eon 612s. So when it comes to my new lighting system, that tour will be coming very, very soon, like in the next week or two, if we can find an Allen key. Once I find that Allen key, we'll do the setup tour, and I can put the sidebars on, put the speakers on, get everything hooked up and ready to go to record the video. This would be a really cool video to check out. A lot of DJs have been suggesting a giveaway, but there's really nothing to give away, and I don't have nothing to give away. But we'll think of something for the 400 subscriber celebration. Maybe we'll do like a history of the channel to not only celebrate 400 subscribers, but also 3 years come October. Oh, and Sunday, we did discuss that this would be kids camp this year, so be sure to be on the lookout for the 2021 kids camp family night gig log. Yes, another kids camp gig log. Yes, I don't know which controller I'm going to be bringing. I might bring the DJ 400 because it's a side gig, it's a church gig, and I'll be spending up with my grandma the entire week. So bring the DJ SR2 will be too much because it's heavy, really, really heavy. So this is the type of gig where I'll be bringing the DJ 400 and maybe hook it into the Bose F1812, which has a subwoofer and a top, and just use RC to RCA, and I'm good to go. So I'm actually going to pack up a side gig setup, and I will actually just connect the controller straight into the into the speaker. See, smaller controllers are really good for those type of setups, where it's easy to set up and tear down in minutes. But I actually might bring one par can to put onto the table and put on the floor. We'll see. We'll see how everything goes. I mean, I would love to bring the SR2, but it's on a flight case. It's heavy. It's big. It's bulky. I mean, I could take out the SR2 out of the flight case and bring it with me inside of its carrying case. I guess I could use the SR2. But I guess since I'm also part of the worship team, it'd be a lot easier to bring a much smaller setup like the DJ 400 and just play whatever. I don't really have a set playlist yet, but that's what I might do the next time I go to the office. The next time I go to the office, I'll definitely work on a playlist, like a kid-friendly playlist for the kids camp family night this year. So be on the lookout for that. See, this is another thing that's great about having a well-managed library. It's very easy to find the songs that you're looking for. So be on the lookout for that. Coming in late June, early July. So we're going to do our yearly gig log known as Kids Camp Family Night, which is our very first ever gig log from summer 2018 when I first became a DJ. Hard to believe it's been 3 years since I became a DJ. And next month actually marks 3 years I was booked my first ever gig as DJ Cool Thing. Most of the time, it's just been family get-togethers, playing music from Spotify, from Pandora, from iHeartRadio, from my iTunes library. And I became a real DJ in the summer of 2018. Oh, man, it's almost been 3 years since I purchased the Newmark Party Mix. Oh, man. I kind of do miss that controller, but now it's in really good hands. It's in the hands of my cousin who wants to become a DJ. So I now have a much more professional, smaller controller I can bring with me and get creative with the features that are on that controller, like the low and high pass filter, the effects section. It really adds room for more creativity and get creative with the controller. Well, what do you guys think? SR2 or the 400? When it comes to the kids camp family night, because usually I use a table from the church. I use the church's speaker. What's your favorite? What? I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't really have a favorite. I just use whatever. I just find I find different effects within Record Box to use and get creative. So basically, I just use different effects for transition from one song to the next to make it very smooth. But I'll bring I'll bring the DJ 400, which is why I'm bringing it for more portability and use it for side gigs. But I will definitely be using the SR2 for a lot of bigger setups. But since the Kids Camp Family Nights, setup idea is really not that big, it's outside. I'll actually bring the SR2 for church gigs that are inside the church, like I used to do with Kids Camp with the Game Sunday and the Tribal Wars Family Night, the Christmas parties. Where I have to connect to that PA system, I'll actually bring the SR2. But if it's a church gig that is outside, the DJ 400. Since, and if I have to use my own setup outside, like in a school gig or whatever, like I did with Ocean Bay, definitely the SR2. And I can bring my Amazon Basics RC and RCA cable and connect it to the speaker. Or maybe find a cable I can easily carry with me from gig to gig. I'm 15. How much did you pay for your DJ controller? Well, it depends on which controller, the SR2 or the 400. Actually, I have two controllers. One I use for side gigs, and the other I use for bigger setups, like with the JBLs, the lighting system, just my main setup. I guess we'll talk about the SR2 first and how much I paid for that. But it's like close to $700 for the SR2. And for the 400, let me find it here. I gotta switch accounts. My orders, let me see here. I guess we're gonna switch my account. Yeah, we'll sign out. Log into this. Here we are, the DJ 400. So the DJ 400 is $249. So I actually paid that much, $249 for the 400, and for the SR2 is like $699, almost $700. But what I did was I did the monthly payments for 12 months, which isn't too bad because I actually worked really hard. Yeah, I worked really hard that summer to pay for the controller, and it was finally paid off around Christmas time, 2019. So Christmas 2019, that's where it was finally paid off. So yeah, I have two controllers, the SR2 and the 400s. So it's very common for a DJ to have two controllers, especially if you are doing side gigs and you have a flight case for your main controller. Just always get a smaller controller for smaller setups, like house parties and stuff, especially if you're in a house. But I guess it just depends on where you're DJing. If you're DJing weddings and stuff, I would highly recommend the SR2. But if you're just doing house parties and smaller gigs, the 400 is perfect. If you want to use it at weddings, the 400 for weddings, I highly recommend getting a external mixer like the Yamaha MG10 or the MG6 or any other external mixer that has an RCA output along with an XLR quarter-inch combo for your microphone. It really adds more versatility when you have the DJ 400. So you can go out and DJ with the 400 professionally. I could definitely retire the SR2 and go for the 400, but then I kind of lose some of that features I need for a wedding, like needle search, find a certain part of the song, especially if I'm practicing and want to go back to the very beginning of the song. I use the needle search, or some of the effects are in Serato and all that kind of good stuff. So I paid $249 for the SR2 for the 400 and around $700 for the SR2. But it just comes down to personal preference. But there's also the DJ 200, which I highly recommend not getting if you're just using it for. So yeah, the 200 is good, the 400 is good, the 800 is good. So a lot of those other DJ controllers are really good. But since you're 15, the 400 would definitely be the best because it's got RCA, you can plug up to a Bluetooth speaker, and maybe even get your foot in the door, plugging it up to an indoor-outdoor speaker, and just have house parties and DJ for your friends and family. I got the Newmark Party Mix DJ controller. I want to get better because I'm still learning. Okay, sounds good. I highly recommend the DJ 400 or the SB3 if you want to get into Serato. I guess it just depends on which route you're going. If you want to use Serato, then get the SB3. If you are going towards the record box, so I guess it just depends on what software you're using as well. Depends on what route you're taking. Yeah, it just depends on which software you're using, whether it's Serato or Rekordbox or Tractor or Virtual DJ or DJ Pro. I mean, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of pieces of software out there. It's hard to choose which one is best for you as a DJ. So since you're still learning, I guess it just depends on what software you want to grow with, whether it's Serato or Rekordbox, or I guess it just depends on the software. Which software you want to grow with, whether it's Serato or Rekordbox or Tractor or whatever happens to be. Just let me know what software you're using. I can help you pick the right controller for that piece of software. Because there's Serato controllers, there's Rekordbox controllers, there's Tractor controllers. There's I guess it just depends on what you're using with software. In the software end of things. Yeah, the party mix is good. I mean, I actually had the party mix for about a little over a year, and then I switched to the SR2 because I wanted to grow with Serato, since that's basically what the Newmark party mix is meant for, Serato. But if you are going towards the Pioneer route, I guess it just depends on the brand. There's controllers by Denon, there's by Pioneer. I guess so it all comes down to the software and the manufacturer of the hardware that you want to get into. It all comes down to that. You can let me know as soon as possible if you're still watching this on the live chat. If you're still watching this live stream, you can let me know what brand of controllers you want to go into, or what software that you want to go into, and that'll help you choose the perfect candidate. Like with me, I started out with the party mix at age 24, 23. Yeah, I was actually 24 when I got into DJing, like real DJing, not just playing music from a music streaming service or whatever. So I got into the party mix in 2018. In the summer of 2019, I switched to the SR2 because I wanted a larger controller, because my hands were so big that I couldn't even use the party mix because my hands were so big. So I got the DDJ SR2 because I wanted to get into Serato and, get into the Serato Pro software, which is basically what the party mix is for. Serato Lite, and then you can move up to Serato Pro if you are using that piece of software. If you're using Virtual DJ with the party mix, because it is native to that piece of software as well, but it's not as 100% native to the software anymore as it was in 2018 when the LE version came out. But yeah, it just depends on the software that you want to use, what manufacturer you want to go towards, and how much you're willing to spend, and how big of a controller that you want. But if you want to go towards Rekordbox, go with the 800. If you want to go towards Serato, there's the SR2, which the SR2 is definitely future-proof when it comes to Serato. It'll help grow with you as well, along with the 800 if you want to go towards the Rekordbox route. So yeah, it just depends on the software that you want to use, the hardware manufacturer that you want to use, because there's a lot of DJs who use different manufacturers like Denon and Roland and Pioneer, and there's also Newmark as well for when it comes to professional gear. So every DJ is completely different based on their own personal taste of what software they want to use, what hardware they want to use. And it just depends. So since you're still learning, I don't know. But yeah, it just comes down to your own personal preference. Depends on what software you want to get into full time, or what manufacturer you want to, that you're interested in. because maybe if you tell me that in the live chat, then just let me know. Then I can help you out with the right direction. I can put you in the right direction, because it comes down to the software, the hardware manufacturer of what you want to get into, whether it's Pioneer or Denon or Roland or, stick with Newmark or whatever happens to be. But I guess Pioneer is definitely the most common when it comes to controllers. For Serato, there's the SR2, there's the SP3, there's a lot of 4-channel controllers like there's a lot of 4-channel controllers like the DJ1000 SRT. For record box, there's the DJ1000, there's the 800, the 200, the 400. But I guess it just depends on the software that you want to use and the manufacturer that you want to use. Because every controller has different things and has different layouts based on what you want to use. So this guy David here is 15 years old and he has the Party Mix controller and he wants to get something better because he's still learning as a DJ. But it all comes down to your taste, your own personal taste with software and hardware manufacturers and so much more. And he's 15, so I don't know. I just did some research and hope for the best. But I knew I wanted a Pioneer controller and I wanted a 2, so I looked at the features I want. Yeah? Okay.
And I'm going to bed in a minute.
Okay.
Night, night.
Night.
Love you.
Night.
Ooh.
Let's see what it says. Okay. But yeah, guys, does Pioneer DJ200 have a sound card? It doesn't. The one that has a sound card is the DJ400. The one I have, it has a sound card, which is RCA, and also has a 1/4-inch input for things like a microphone. So it's got a microphone input that is a 1/4-inch and RCA audio output. So the DJ200 it solely relies on your computer sound card, which is 3.5 to 3.5. So that piece of that controller is very limited in a way, which is why I did not go with the DJ200, because it doesn't have a sound card that I can plug into my external mixer whenever I want to use it as a backup. Which is one of the main reasons why I purchased the DJ400, because it has a sound card where I can plug into an external mixer, switch the software and see if that does the trick. So the DJ200 does not have a sound card. The only thing it has in the back is just a standard USB input to plug up to your computer or plug up to your laptop, or plug up to your computer, plug into your phone, your tablet, and it uses Bluetooth MIDI for your smartphone. So the DJ200 is definitely a smart controller for plug up to a smartphone or a tablet. It also has USB to power up using a USB power bank, like one of those power banks, and plug up to your computer if you want to use Rekordbox or Algorithm DJ or whatever, So when it comes to sound, you have to use your phone's internal sound. You have to use your phone sound card or your computer sound card, depending on which device you're using. So if you want to use it with a laptop, if you want a sound card, I suggest going towards the 400, the 800, or maybe even if you want the Serato route, there's the SR2, there's the SB3. All of them have a sound card except for the DDJ200, since it's considered a smart controller where you use Bluetooth MIDI to connect to your phone and use the DJ Pro app that is on the iPhone or on your Android phone or whatever. Pioneer DJ controllers, you can do more with but the Newmark Party Mix you can't really do much with. Yeah, I know, which is why I gave up on the Newmark Party Mix I outgrew it in a little over a year. So I bought the DJ SR2 because I wanted a 2-channel controller still. I wanted XLR input since I was doing church events. I needed a way to connect to the church's PA system with ease using XLR. I needed a Serato Pro support. So the perfect candidate was the DJ SR2. It was 2 channels, Serato Pro supported. It also has XLR outputs. So, yeah, Pioneer controllers you can do more with the lower half-pass filters and the effects. But with the DJ200, it does not have a sound card. You're forced to use your computer's sound card because it does not come with an internal sound card. So if your computer freezes up, you're screwed. So if you want a sound card, there's the 800, the 800 and the SR2, which are more performance controllers for the more intermediate and pro DJs, as well as some of the beginner DJs out there. But I guess some of the best beginner controllers that are in Pioneer's price range with a sound card is the DJ 400 and the DJ SB3. I mean, I see a lot of beginners use the SB3 if they want to go towards Serato, but if they want to go towards record box, they purchase the DJ 400, which has an internal sound card. I try to look at the 200 before I bought the 400, but it just does not have a sound card. What's your favorite DJ controller? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. But my favorite manufacturer is Pioneer. And my favorite controller, man, I've only used 2 controllers in my life as a DJ, the SR2 and the 400. I mean, they both have different applications on what I'm doing as a DJ. For smaller gigs, I bring out the DJ 400 since it's easy to tote around from gig to gig, especially if I don't really want to, if I want to travel light, especially from smaller gigs like at my church. There's also the SR2 for the bigger setup, which is the JBL EON 612s, my lighting system, that big setup. So the SR2 is for the bigger setup, and of course the 400 is good for the smaller setup for like house parties, church events, side gigs, traveling, practicing, live streaming, stuff like that. But the SR2 is really good for gigging, like bigger gigs like weddings and school events and larger church events when I'm connected to a PA system. But if I'm just connecting to a Bluetooth speaker or I was trying to get a lighting system, yeah, it's really hard to find a lighting system as a beginner. It took me a while as a beginner in 2018, 2019, maybe even to early 2020 to get a lighting system. So I just looked at whatever I could get, and it was the Mattel par cans, which they no longer sell. It's really hard to find a lighting system at this point in your DJing career. It took me a while. I mean, it's taken me, what, 3 years to finally complete my setup? Or maybe even 2 years to finish up my setup. Yeah. Wow, it's almost midnight. I need to brush my teeth and get ready for bed. But it was nice talking to you guys on YouTube and really catching up, because I know I haven't done a video in a few days. It's crazy, but at least I got to help this guy David here, who is 15 years old. He's a beginner DJ, and he's trying to find a lighting system, and especially a cheap one. I mean, a good cheap lighting system is definitely $200 from Atkins Professional Lighting or the Dragon X. But I think the best when it comes to a more beginner lighting system that's all-in-one is from Atkins Professional Lighting. There's the party bar. There's different party bars that you can look at. Just look up on Amazon Atkins Professional Lighting, and that'll help you find a good $200 lighting system for a very good price. And then you can move up in the future to things like Chauvet. Look into mini Kentas. But I guess I'm trying to share my experiences as a DJ. I started with all-in-one pars, where I can just control everything from one remote, because I don't have any DMX. I didn't have any DMX controllers or DMX cables or anything like that at the time. And I actually still have those. I still have those lights even to this very day. For me, I actually have the Rock Par 50s, which are really good if you want a simple wash light. With the DMX controller, you can create different lights, light scenes and different, DMX them together, create an all-in-one light show with all your lights. But mini Kentas are pretty good. I've seen my buddy DJ Dynablend use them before in his lighting, in his DJ setup, and it looks really nice. And because actually I reviewed his setup, and the mini Kentas look really nice. But yeah, mini Kentas are really good for a beginner. And they're good quality. They will grow with you over the years, the mini Kentas. Yeah, they're actually pretty good. So if you take a look at the Atkins Professional Lighting Systems that I was just talking about, they're actually made out of plastic, I think. I don't know if they're metal or plastic. Being $200 for that whole system with 4 different par cans, moonflowers, par cans. There's also one with like a light bar, moonflowers. I was also looking into the Chauvet DJ Swarm 4FX stage laser party light. Yeah, that's good too. Chauvet is really good. Actually, Chauvet is a really good trusted brand when it comes to DJ lighting, from their from their all-in-one bars to so Chauvet is really good. We actually have a bubble machine at my church made by Chauvet, and it's still working to this very day. So they're very reliable. They're a reliable brand. So I would go with the Chauvet. The Swarm 4 Effects. Those are really nice. I actually looked at them. Chauvet. Chauvet DJ Swarm 4 Effects. Look at some images. I'm going to go to Google Images. And wow, they're nice. I actually looked at them on Amazon. Yeah, I actually looked at them on Amazon. They're really nice. It's got pretty much everything you would need to get started. But yeah, they're really nice. They're made out of metal. They'll last a very long time. Well, guys, it's time for me to call it a night. It's 12:02. I need to lay in the bed and watch TV. But yeah, those are really nice looking lights. The Chauvet Swarm 4 effects, maybe even the updated model. Those are really nice looking lights. So yeah, those are really nice lighting. But back to the controllers. Thanks. You're welcome. I mean, different lighting does different things. Like the mini Kentas do different things. The Swarm 4 effects does different things. My Rock Par 50s do a different thing. And you can actually put them all together and DMX them together. Like you can get some Swarm 4 effects, put them with mini Kentas and par lights, and create a nice lighting system. With DMX, it'll look really nice. But I guess it just depends on what you're looking for in a lighting system. And DMXing them together using a very basic controller. As far as controllers, since he was actually asking about controllers, the DJ200 does not have a sound card. Because I know he was asking if the DJ200 has a sound card, and it doesn't. It does not have a built-in sound card. If you want something similar to that, then get the DJ400, which is $249. Not too bad. Same thing with the DJ SP3. It's the same price, $249 to $250, which is awesome. And so if you take a look at the 800 and the SR2, they're around the same price, about $700 to $800. I mean, you got almost $800 for the 800 and about $700 for the SR2. And they're all from Pioneer DJ, and they have the same layout across the multiple models that Pioneer DJ has. And Pioneer DJ does not just sell controllers, they sell different things. They sell media players, mixers. Let's see what else they sell. Okay, I'm looking up here. I mean, they have different things. Yeah, they have different pieces of gear. I'm gonna take a look at the products. Yeah, they have they have everything from DJ players to mixers to controllers to turntables to all-in-one DJ systems to remix stations, deep stuff for production, PA speakers. Wow, I didn't know Pioneer sells speakers, software and interfaces. Whoa. Yeah, it does look nice. Especially if you want XLR, connect to a PA system. But I guess it just depends on where you are in your DJing career. But yeah, the 800 does look good. I actually looked at it, and it might be my next future. It might be my future controller to replace the SR2 with when the SR2 finally falls apart and it's unfixable. Then I'll get the DJ 800 and I can move solely over to Record Box and maybe fix up the library within Record Box, since it is a brand new library. I just built it not too long ago. It's not as mature as Serato. Yeah, it's not as manageable as Serato with all those different playlists. But I'll probably look in the 800 in the next couple of years, maybe 3 years, once I find the time. But until then, I'm using the DJ SR2 from Pioneer DJ for my larger gigs and the 400 for my smaller gigs. But yeah, just get whatever is best for you. Just do your research. Look at Pioneers, look at the features, the amount of, take a look at the price. There's a lot of things you can take a look at. What software you're looking at. What is the best mics to get for DJing? I'm not 100% sure. I have the Toner TW820s. They're really good for beginners. But for a lot of professionals, Shure is definitely the best brand. But I guess it just depends on where you are in your DJing career and how much you're willing to spend. Here we go. Shure wireless microphones. Wow, $300 for the Shure BLX 24 PG58 wireless microphone system. Wow. That's with one microphone. $650 for the Shure BLX 288 with the Shure SM58 dual wireless microphones. I have the Toners, which are really good. I mean, they're a good budget brand. And I'll never forget when I got those. It was November 19th, 2019 when I got them. But I guess it depends on how many mics you need. For a DJ, you got to have 2 mics. Sure. So Shure is it's a good brand to help grow you as a DJ. A lot of DJs use Shure, but let's see how much the toners are, because it's been a while. The Toner TW820s, which is what I have. I've had them for almost 2 years now, and they still work. Here we are. The TW820s. They're about $100. $100 for the Toner TW820s. And they're really good. They're about 2 years old. They still work flawlessly. And that's what the Toner TW820s look like. And if you've seen them in my videos, then you know exactly how reliable they really are. They've been in so many videos since November of 2019. So many videos. And they've been in so many gig logs as well. So Shure is definitely the best as far as quality. But for price, the Toner TW820s, these things are $99.99, almost $100 for the set. It has both XLR and quarter-inch. XLR for better sound, and of course, for connecting straight to your controller, quarter-inch. And these things have lasted me, 3 years almost? So they've lasted me quite a long time. We got a metal box and, metal microphones. So it's not like the cheap Sing Machine SMM 107 that I did an unboxing of about a couple of years ago. That thing does not work at all. So anything that is built for a karaoke machine, it's not going to be built well. But for DJing, for a good beginner set, the Toner TW820s are cheap, they're reliable, and they are built great. They're small, especially with the box. It's small, portable, and it automatically fixes itself to the correct frequency to where you can, talk on the microphone without any dropouts, which I think is really neat. So yeah, So yeah, the best mics for DJing, the ones I have, which are the Toner TW820s, those microphones have lasted me 2 years almost, and they've been very reliable. And I've been using the same batteries in the microphones for a good while, and they still work, believe it or not. And I'm actually working on upgrading maybe to a Shure microphone system with the wireless microphones, the SM58s. But yeah, the ones we were looking at before, they're more expensive, but they're well worth it. But if you want a good cheap quality of microphones to get you through, the Tuner TW820s are made out of metal, and they're just $100. And it's a good budget brand, Toner, because they're very reliable when it comes to budget microphones. But yeah, it just depends on how much you're willing to spend on a microphone system. The Shure the Shure SM58s with the BLX 288 box is almost $650. I mean, that's insane. But I'm definitely going to stick with my tuners for a good while. But it would be nice to upgrade to a Shure microphone, but I just don't have the money right now. Maybe this summer, I can work on getting a $300 Shure BLX 24 with a BG58 wireless microphone. But I guess we do need a microphone, an extra microphone for, to have two at a time for toast and stuff. Which means I have to save up for the SM58s, the wireless microphone, the BLX 288, PG 58 dual microphones for $550. Because there's also the SM58s with the BLX 288 box, which is $650, which is insane. Especially when I'm not making a whole lot. So I guess I'll still work with my Toner TW820s. And for a house party, I guess I can get another Toner microphone that I can plug into my speaker. But I guess I was thinking about getting a wired mic, the Shure SM58 wired mic, to use with my my controller and connect it to my, connect everything to the Monster Audio Rock and Roll 3. So there isn't really, there's not really a example, like a product example of the best. So there's no such thing as the best microphones for DJing. But I guess the most common brand is Shure, and they're really, really expensive, especially for someone like me who doesn't make a whole lot. So if you want a budget brand, I would go with the Toner TW820s, which is spelled TONOR, TW820s. But if you want more expensive, then get the Shure. Because a lot of DJs actually use Shure, especially a lot of pro DJs who make thousands and thousands a year doing weddings and stuff. They save up for a lot of these, really great pieces of equipment. So I might just so yeah, the best mics for DJing I guess it's just whatever you can afford. If you want a budget brand or a good quality brand, it just depends. I'm actually working on getting a wired Shure SM58 for my DJ 400, so I can have something I can do for announcements and stuff like that during house parties and family get-togethers and stuff like that. So we don't have to worry about using a wireless microphone system. So I don't really have a preference when it comes to microphones. There's so many brands out there. But if you want to look at wireless microphones, just take out the brand, just type in wireless microphone for DJs, wireless microphone for DJs. And wow, the Phoenix Pro looks really good. UHF handheld wireless microphones. It's a very good price at $99.99. That's Phoenix Pro. There's also Gemini, which is $200. This particular brand, which is $69, yeah, it's definitely it's a unknown brand. Beachrun. So there's different brands out there. Pile. The toners are really good because I've actually tried those before. The Toner TW-20s. These are actually my first pair of wireless microphones, and they're still with me even 2 years later. So that's how reliable they really are. This is something I would really love. The Toner TW-620. It's kind of like my TW-820s. But I guess if I want a good wired mic, the Shure SM58 with a XLR to 1/4-inch cable will do just fine from Guitar Center. So yeah, there's different brands out there. You just got to do your research. There's Fifine, which is it's a well-known brand for $66.99. There's the Shure SM58 wireless microphones with the box for over $600, $500 to $600. That's definitely the range. Maybe even $500 to $700, depending on how much you are willing to spend on a good quality microphone that will last you a long time. But a lot of DJs do use the Shure microphone system, and they're really expensive. Like if you take a look at this one right here, $549 for the Shure BLX 288 with the PG58 microphones. On your Technica, that's really good. The ATW 1102 wireless handheld microphone for $350. There's also Sennheiser for $400, but that, I guess it's for a rack. If you have a rack. But yeah, it just depends on what brand you're looking for. There's Pile, Fifine, Toner, Shure, and so much more. You just gotta look around. Maybe on Guitar Center's website, take a look at Amazon. I mean, there's so many brands out there. It's hard to choose the one that works best for you as a DJ. There's Sennheiser Pro, there's Shure, there's Toner, and there's a lot of budget brands like, there's like Toner, Pile, Fifine, and so much more. I guess it just depends on if you want a budget brand or a good quality brand like Shure, Sennheiser Pro, Audio-Technica. But yeah, it just depends on what brand you're looking for and how much you're willing to spend on a microphone. Because finding a microphone is tricky, especially for DJing. But yeah, just gotta keep looking. There's pages upon pages of them just waiting to be purchased. But for microphones, I guess for microphones, for someone who's just learning how to DJ, the Toner TW820s are really good because they're reliable, they last a long time, they grow with you, and I would highly recommend the Toner TW820s or Fifine or any other budget brand like that, just for someone who's just starting out to DJ. See, the best beginner microphones are the Toner TW820s. Hope that answers your question of what is the best microphones for DJing. I mean, there's different levels of microphones, whether they're the pro level, intermediate level, or beginner level. And it depends on if you want wireless or wired. The best wired mic is definitely the Shure SM58 by far. I've never tried it before, but I've heard it was pretty good. I've heard a lot of good DJs on here on YouTube talk about the Shure SM58 and recommending that microphone for me for my smaller gigs when I do, when I use the DJ400. I can set up a miniature DJing system anywhere I am, even when it's battery powered. I can use a battery powered speaker with my computer's battery. I can use the DJ400 with a wired microphone, the Shure SM58. But if you want wireless, the Shure microphones are going to be more expensive. Yeah, they'll be a lot more expensive, around the $500 to $600 range. But if you want a budget brand, I would either go with Fifine or Toner. Toner's really good, which is spelled TONOR, and they're really good microphones. They've lasted me a couple of years now. In the box is looking scratched up, and it looks all beat up because it's been used a lot in the last couple of years of being a DJ. So you just gotta look around. The worst brand is Singing Machine, especially the SMM 107. That was my first wireless mic, and it didn't last me even a year. That thing is cheap, it's plasticky, and it just didn't even last that long. It was mostly meant for karaoke machines to plug in and have karaoke. But it's not really reliable, the Singing Machine SMM 107. I actually upgraded to the Toner TW820s, and they've lasted me about a year or two. So, just do your research. And it depends on if you want a wired mic or a wireless mic. Wireless mics, it's just based on the brand and how much you're willing to spend on wireless mics. And if you want a wired mic, definitely the Shure SM58. Those are really good microphones based on what I've seen and what I've heard. Other DJs talk about the Shure SM58 as a wired mic. And for wireless mics, definitely the Toner TW820s. They're a good budget brand when it comes to wireless mics. But seeing in your early that you're 15 and you're still learning how to DJ, a wired mic should be pretty cool. Wireless mics are good for those who are doing weddings and school events and stuff like that. But if you just need a wired mic, definitely the Shure SM58. It'll last you for many, many years. So for David, yeah, that he's 15 and he just got the party mix and he wants to get better because he's still learning. And as far as, still learning how to DJ, for weddings, wireless mics are definitely the best way to go. But for a lot of house parties and stuff, a wired mic should be the best. But for wireless mics and wired mics, I guess Shure is the best brand of microphones. So the SM58 is definitely the best way to go for a wired mic. And also for a wireless mic, the Shure SM58 with that box that we just looked at. But you just got to take a look at how much you're willing to spend on a microphone or a microphone system. Yeah, I guess it just depends on where your budget is as a DJ. Here it is, almost 12:30. I'm definitely need to lay in the bed, watch TV. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to pack up for the night. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. There's going to be many more live streams to come this week as I'm with my grandma. And, just basically I'm going to do some live streams in my free time. But whenever I'm busy, I guess I won't do a live stream. I only do a live stream when I'm free, whenever I have time to spare, I'll do a live stream. But this thing is almost 2 hours long, which is insane to think about. But we did talk about a lot. We answered some questions on DJing, and we talked about the importance of backing up your library and, and also managing your library as a DJ. And it's great to be back on YouTube, first time in 5 days. Man, I've been really busy. Not too much new content is still around, which is why I've been doing live streams, because there's really nothing much going on. Maybe we'll do like a Q&A. Oh, that is perfect for my 400 subscriber celebration, a Q&A, about me as a DJ and share my experiences as a DJ. Yes. Wow. Almost at 400 subscribers. So let's get to 400. So I'm getting ready to sign off for the night. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys very soon. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video or when I go live. Because I will be going live a lot this week, up until Friday or Saturday or whatever. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. Until next time, your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment out. Peace.